Welcome to On the Hill podcast. All right, so hey, we're getting here for the first time, and I guess the first question is, what is the show On the Hill about?
Yeah, and I'll first introduce myself. I'm Eric Liverman, and this is also Eric Liverman, father-son.
Father-son team.
Not your real first name, though.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go by Herbert for the show.
Yeah, all his family goes by middle names. You got Herbert Eric, you got Jeff and Todd, but both their first names are
William.
Yeah.
Jeff, and William Todd.
So I didn't get blessed with the first name Herbert, but
no, we saved that for the special crew.
So it's Big E and Little E.
Yeah, let's just do it like that. Big E and Little E.
And yeah, this is Big E. This is Little E on this side if you guys are watching on YouTube. But On the Hill. So yeah, what is...
So On the Hill, well, I guess I would say, we live on Happy Hill Road. So that's kind of where On the Hill comes from. Mm-hmm. But actually, it comes from a good friend of ours, kind of like your uncle, Russ. But he's actually a lifelong friend. And...
He'll be on at some point, too.
Yeah. So what we do is say, hey... when I want him to come over, I say, hey, come on up to the hill. So that's kind of where it started. And it started off with text messages and, hey, come to the hill.
Yep. And so now, I grew up on the hill, and the house that I live in right now was built by my great-grandfather.
Correct.
And back in
I'd say probably the...
late 50s?
Maybe 60s.
Or 60s?
Yeah, probably the 60s.
And a whole portion of this belonged to the Livermans, and now it's part of. It's been split up, but there's still 10 acres back here that are still our family is family land. But now I live in the house that you grew up in,
correct? Yep.
And that I was born in, and my wife Frankie and we have a garden out front and plenty of woods in the back to get into some trouble with. So same thing when the guys come over, friends come over, they're like, so are we coming to the hill tonight, or are we
coming to the hill?
We chilling on the hill tonight? So that's the
that's how it started.
Yeah. So for us, for me, it's a home, and for you, it's also a home. But I think for everybody else, it's like a comfort place. It's a fun place
To hang out.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we want to do with this podcast too. Is people come to the hill to record on the hill,
right?
And feel at home.
Feel right at home, right on the hill. So, but I think, another part of the hill is a little bit deeper than that is, and, this is the part where a lot of people say to me, and you'll hear as these podcasts continue is this guy really okay, or where is he coming from? But the bottom line really is this, on the hill, there's a place to come and feel comfortable, and then more like a spiritual or however you want to say it. On the hill is the responsibility of life, and this is how he was raised, and his sister is, there is a burden in life, and your goal is to carry that burden to the top of the hill. And the hill in that sense is responsibility, dedication to family, and of course the ultimate sacrifice was on the hill by the man himself.
Yeah.
So we don't want to get real religious, but it has a two-part meaning. So the show is about fun. It's about being honest. It's about, people coming in talking about different points of view. We're not going to talk about anything political and pick sides. We're going to let people come in and share their own thoughts and feelings. Maybe some of the stuff may be controversial, but that's not our intent. It's really just to inform people and talk about different points of view with an open and honest discussion where all points of view are welcome.
Yeah, and we want to interview all types of people, not just, like you said, it's not going to be one-sided I'm sure there will be some debates and controversial things, but the main part is just to have people we like and people who know us and have their own views, have their own lives. I think everybody has a story, and I like having people share those stories and hearing them. So I think this is a good place where we can not only record it and put it out to everybody else, but we can dive deeper and find what motivates other people. I think we're both pretty big on fitness and our well-being and figure out what other people do with their time and their own health and nutrition, things like that. So I think it's a place for self-improvement. It's a place for fitness. It's a place for just laughs and stories.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, because so much of our time spent nowadays, and this is all positive, is we can't even talk to each other anymore. People don't even talk to each other. And if you have one point of view, you can't be friends with other people. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my entire life, I've been friends with people. It didn't matter their color, their skin. None of that stuff matters to me. And particularly once I began my career, which we'll talk about more another time. But essentially the idea is come on, have an open dialogue. Hopefully, you know, people would like to listen. And, you know, if somebody you know is going to be on the show, take a listen.
Yeah.
You might hear something about them you didn't know about. Like, and I think Eric said was, we want to know a story. And that's what we really, that's kind of how you were raised too, is, hey, we'd always ask, you know, and we might even say, hey, what's your story?
Yeah.
Tell me something about yourself. And as a teacher, and we'll talk about that more too, I mean, you've got to know all kinds of younger people, where they came from, their difficulties, how they overcame them, all those different types of things. So, you know, life is a story, and we just want to share stories with our story and other people's stories with whoever decides to listen.
Yeah. So, and just, I mean, you could have a chance to be on here too. I mean, we'll have anybody on here, and we'll listen to the stories. We'll talk about stuff, and I mean, you can learn a lot from a person just by having a conversation, but hearing how they grew up or what they did. And again, we'll jump into, you know, your career, and then
your career,
my career, and whoever's on here, we'll dish it out, and we'll have some laughs and fun. So I think it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hill.
Welcome to the Hill. Give us a listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcast. rssfeed.com/onthehillpodcast is where you can find us. All of our social medias are up, whether you use Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So give us a follow, give us a like, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
So hang on, we're going to be on social media?
Yeah. So you know when you pull up your apps?
Right.
And there's like the big F on there?
It could be an On the Hill webpage or something like that.
Yeah. So the website itself will have the links to all those. And once you're on Facebook, you can share.
So hang on, we got our own Facebook page that says On the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Instagram.
And Instagram.
What about
just
TikTok?
No inappropriate pictures.
What about the TikTok, though? I mean, that's kind of Chinese oriented, so I don't know.
I haven't made a TikTok yet, but if we can get some shorts, we can get a TikTok going.
Is that legal now?
I mean, they already have all our info somewhere anyway, so.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it. He's the producer at the same time, so. A
little bit of everything.
Jack of all trades.
If it goes well, it's all me. If something's wrong, I'm going to pull my finger over there.
Correct. Blame me. So, lifelong journey. On the Hill, man. Welcome.
Yeah, so this is a shorter one. This is our pilot. But again, if you're intrigued, give us a listen.
Right. And also send us some ideas too.
Yeah.
And keep it positive. Don't put a bunch of crazy stuff on there.
On any of our pages, once you give us a follow and a like, just put some ideas down for topics that you like to hear about. Because some episodes will just be us two.
Right.
Talking about stuff. Because we're both kind of jack of all trades, but we're also I'm not an encyclopedia in any way, so.
Not at all. We don't know everything. We might know one thing about one thing, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And we'd like to hear, you know, we do have some expertise on some things, but we're always willing to learn more. But I guess what I'm saying is we want to hear different people who are experts in different fields.
Yeah. Because in some things, I think we might be certified, just not qualified.
Wow. That's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Certified is not qualified. But I think the other part of it is, and this is not some kind of like, hey, we're going to have on the local college professor or something like that. I mean, although we could, that'd be cool. But when I say expert in every field, it could be a mechanic, could be a gardener, could be a HVAC person, electrician. That's what we want to hear about, everyday folk. And we do want to hear from people that are, I guess, the other part of that too.
They may be smarter than us, but that's okay.
Might be.
Not better looking.
I don't think you're probably better looking of the two.
I don't know. Just the age. I got it from somebody.
Yeah, your mom. So the last clarification, I think, is going to be who's Big E and who's Little E. So you would think that I would be the Big E, but Oh, am I big? Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am Biggie.
Yeah.
Okay, you're Little E, but he actually like 6'3" and I'm 5'6" or something. So
thank you. Minus 3 inches, but I'll take it. The story of my life.
Minus 3 inches. All right, we're trying to keep it clean. We like you guys. Like us on whatever these social media things are, and check us out, man.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
And it's going to be a good one. Trust me.
On the Hill.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to On the Hill. Like, subscribe, and follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts. See ya.